Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in the words of the Horowitz in the Sefer HaMitzvos, and we're speaking about the mitzvah of positive commandment to cling to Chachamim and their students. And he concludes his statement with the following: V'yisabeg ba'afar ragleihem. A person should be misabeg. They should put themselves at the dust of the feet shel Talmidei Chachamim, of the Torah scholars, v'yishte b'tzames divreihem, and drink up their words thirstily. V'yisabek, a person should roll around almost. They should allow themselves to be sullied up, to get dirty, so to speak, with the dust of the feet of the Talmidei Chachamim. Understand, the dust of the feet of the Talmidei Chachamim, of the Torah scholars, even that is holy dust. Even that dirt is something that a person wants to get on their clothing. They want to leave the dirt of the dust of the feet of the Talmidei Chachamim on themselves. Dust is something we try to run away from. It's something we brush off of ourselves. We take the broom, we sweep it up, we get the mop, we get rid of the dust. We don't want the dust. But when it comes to the dust of the feet of Talmidei Chachamim, what's the feet? The feet is the lowest extremity that a person has, the lowest part of the body. Even the lowest part of the body of the Talmidei Chachamim. And it is covered in dust, which is filthy, dirty, annoying. Even that, a person should try their best to be engaged and have that dirt let itself sit on the person. Because Talmidei Chachamim, when they live their lives with sincerity, and they live their lives in truth, and they live their lives Dovid, where they are clinging to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they are filled with Torah, with wisdom, with Hashkafa, with the proper outlook on life, every nuance of their actions, every thought that they have, every interaction they have with other people, the way that they live their lives, there's always something for me to learn from the Talmidei Chachamim. And therefore, even from the feet, with the dust that is on them, it is worthwhile for me to be around and cling to, because even there, which is just a symbol of even the most trivial actions that a Talmid Chacham is going to do, the smallest of things that seem inconsequential, even there a person is going to be able to learn something that is valuable from them. I was once driving a great Talmid Chacham around in Baltimore. His name was Rav C. Schlanger, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, and I was driving him around, and he had to drop off a letter in a mailbox. And we got to the mailbox to drop it off, and as we pulled up to the mailbox, the mailman pulled up his mail car as well. And so as Rav Schlanger was sticking his hand out to put in the mailbox, the mailman said, "No problem, sir, I'll take it for you." And Rabbi Schlanger looked at the mailman, and with a face of warmth and sincerity and joy, he said, "You are such a kind man. Thank you so much for taking the letter. I truly appreciate it. You are so kind and good. Thank you, sir." And the mailman looked at this venerable old sage sitting in the car, his own face shining with warmth and simcha and joy, and he was so touched by the words of the rabbi. I could only imagine how it made him feel about being a mailman that does his job properly. Even the dust of the feet, the small interactions, the way that they speak to the cashier, the way that they speak to the cleaning lady, the way that they speak to their children or their grandchildren, the way in which they walk down the street. They don't look in every single direction like we do, like our head is on a 360 rotator on the top of our head to see everything's going on. I was once driving behind one of my Rabbi, Rabbi Moshe Mintz. He should live and he should be well. And he was driving down the streets in Baltimore, and I was right behind him. I wanted to see, how does Rabbi Mintz drive? He had his hands on the wheel, and he was looking straight ahead. He didn't look to the right. He didn't look to the left to see who's walking on the streets, what's going on. He didn't want to look up at a billboard. And believe me, Rabbi Isai, in those days in Baltimore, I assume it's still similar, there wasn't much to look at on the streets nor on the billboards. It was a pretty tame town. Not like here in Los Angeles, California. He was straight ahead. And I learned from there, that's how you drive. You don't have to look all around the streets to see everything that's going on. Talmidei Chachamim, they're protecting their Kedusha. They're protecting the purity that's in their mind and their thoughts. And therefore, even the smallest deeds that they do, the feet, the dust on the feet, even that itself is something that is Kedusha, that is holiness, that we have to learn from. The Yishte b'tzames tivem, drink up their words thirstily. Again, you can roll around in their dust and the smallest things, but when they speak, when they say over Divrei Torah, when they give you advice on life, when they share with you insights and wisdom of what the meaning of what it is to be a Jew is all about, drink it up, lap it up. You have to be thirsty. We're parched. We are a parched generation. We don't have enough Talmidei Chachamim in the world. We don't have enough Torah wisdom for us to gain. We should be parched. We should be lapping up their words thirstily. You read a sefer, you come in contact with one of them, you hear a drasha, drink it up thirstily. Make sure that you take every little last thing. You ever see a person who's so thirsty? I'm starving, I'm thirsty. They get that glass of water, it goes down in one shot. And they're trying with the straw, they're trying to get everything they possibly can. Take it all in. Take it all in and let it become a part of you. Let it nourish you. Absorb it into your bones. Absorb it into your neshama. Absorb it into your mind, to your heart. Absorb those words. And a person has to keep this mitzvah every place, all the time. Male and females are obligated to make sure that they find a way to cling to the Talmidei Chachamim, which is a way in which we're going to grow closer to Hashem. Have a wonderful day.